What up, it's Prime Pete. Take a look at this clip from one of my past videos that came out on May 29th, 2023.
Activision is becoming aware of what the fans want. We want fast-paced maps, fast-paced gameplay, faster movement, and definitely faster weapon handling.
Keep in mind, this is before any information about Modern Warfare 3 was leaked, and the game was only expected to be coming out in October or November. Better maps, better movement, and better gunplay. These predictions I made were all based on the fact that Modern Warfare 3 has to be a good game, or else the COD franchise is doomed. I'll quickly summarize this point. And keep in mind before I go any further, all of the things I'm going to talk about being added to Modern Warfare 3 should have been in Modern Warfare 2, and Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, and Activision seriously dropped the ball with Modern Warfare 2. It's probably the worst game I've ever played. We shouldn't have to ask or protest for basic Call of Duty elements to be added into COD. However, any step towards beloved fast-paced COD gameplay is a step in the right direction. But anyways, let's revisit my first point. Since Modern Warfare 2 flopped so quickly after release, and the COD devs put out an even worse game than Vanguard somehow, and then proceeded to shut down 2 passion projects with cease and desist letters, and then another one, and then put out a $30 Battle Pass upgrade every season to try to make up for lost revenue, the list goes on. Check out this clip as well.
What Activision has done is close the skill gap as much as they possibly can. They've removed all forms of advanced movement techniques like bunny hopping and slide canceling, made weird and convoluted maps that have too many open sight lines, too many buildings, and too many weird angles to be shot from, and weird places to camp in, which makes good positioning very difficult. They buffed controller aim assist to make it less difficult to hit your target for less skilled players, and based on their patents, they also manipulate health, damage, and hitboxes. And we also suspect they're manipulating audio. All of these things they have added suffocate more highly skilled players and worsen their performance by punishing everything that makes them good. I essentially bring up the point that Activision has tried to cater to casuals by suffocating what makes COD players good by doing 4 major things. By targeting all 4 points of the COD skill ladder, which once again is aim, game sense, movement, and positioning, and making them all matter much less. For example, beating down game sense and positioning by removing red dots appearing on the minimap, which keep in mind has been a mechanic for forever, and making horrible footstep and gunshot audio, and making weird and convoluted maps with too many sightlines and doors, nerfing advanced and fun movement by making sprinting slower, removing slide canceling and bunny hopping, and penalizing players for aiming down sights while airborne, again, an age-old mechanic that was changed for no reason, and of course, the blatant hit detection manipulation that we see daily. And if you don't believe me, check out some of the channels I've linked below. It's actually crazy what they're getting away with. All of these changes to the game that Activision made were intended to allow worse casual players to have the edge, and it ended up just making the game unbearably boring and far too slow to actually enjoy some classic fast-paced Call of Duty gameplay. From both of these clips, and keep in mind they were created months ago, I've more or less narrowed down why the game is complete and utter garbage, intended to cater to casual players and a total money grab. But I also clarified that I fully, 200% expect Activision to come through and apply all of the changes that I mentioned in the first clip. Run it one more time for reference. Now, I can smell a lot of nostalgia baiting coming around this October, but along with that, I am perhaps expecting the return of more advanced movement and faster-paced gunplay. And please, no airborne aim down sight penalty. Please, please. Hopefully they will consider better maps and never add anything similar to Santa Senya ever again. These are all speculations, but unless Activision delivers and makes a game that COD fans will love, they are doomed. Alright, so as a quick summary, I said that I fully expected Activision to fully reverse all of the decisions they made to stuff out any opportunity to traverse the skill gap, suffocate good players and everything that made them good, and slow the game down enough for casual players to have an edge, including, but possibly not limited to, bringing back better and faster paced maps, which helps with game sense and positioning because the maps wouldn't be totally overcomplicated and confusing and impossible to manage all the different angles and sight lines, more advanced movement like slide canceling and bunny hopping, and faster movement in general, to once again raise the skill ceiling of the game, faster and better gunplay like having no ADS penalty for being airborne and possibly being able to reload cancel. I also said that I expected some nostalgia baiting, like using content from past beloved titles, besides just the name, to bring older and returning fans in, and even get newer players interested in legacy COD content. Now, take a look at this tweet from Charlie Intel. I know, these are leaks and rumors, but Charlie Intel is known for having some of the best early information in the COD community. Granted, leaks are not always true, but check out this story on Charlie Intel involving Nadeshot on his podcast. Sledgehammer is dropping the hammer on Infinity Ward, is how Nadeshot kicked off his latest podcast after hearing the latest Modern Warfare 3 leaks, which have him excited and looking forward to its launch later this year. While he understands why devs make certain decisions, the latest rumors indicating that Ninja will return as a perk along with a classic minimap, among other original features from the franchise that were removed, led Nadeshot to slam Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone for changing core mechanics that nobody asked to change, making both games easier for casuals. Right there, I do agree with him, and that's exactly what I said in one of my previous videos. There's no reason for them to remove these mechanics, and removing
removing them only scared players away and made people not want to play it because it was boring. According to the former COD Pro player, quote-unquote, Infinity Ward isn't the same company as it was when it started. He considers that they are suddenly trying to cement their legacy and further commented, quote-unquote, Infinity Ward looked at the COD community, who cares more about this game than anyone, and said, screw you. I also agree with him here. MW2 was a huge screw you to the entire community. It's nice to see that a seasoned pro also shares the opinion of the majority of the player base. With the positive changes Sledgehammer Games supposedly have in the works, Nadeshot is confident that the game will be fun to watch, adding that the team is taking all of the things that people love from the original Warzone and the core sweaty mechanics from core COD, and they are bringing it back, concluding that this is quote-unquote the best thing they could do. 100% agree with that statement. If this is true, and they're taking the mechanics from Warzone 1 back for Modern Warfare 3, we might actually have a decent game on our hands. And I know, it's a crime to be positive about COD nowadays, and I'm fully aware of that, but there's no harm in being positive if 1, you hear good news in the first place, and 2, I'm not trying to bring hype to the game, I'm just trying to highlight maybe they're doing something positive. Now, I get what he's trying to say about these mechanics being sweaty, but simultaneously, I really don't think calling them sweaty is really the right word. Most every game has advanced and more complex techniques that better players use to their advantage. While most players will call these guys sweaty, we have to understand that all competitive games, especially COD with its enormous competitive scene, need to have a high skill ceiling in order to differentiate the professionals and the amateurs, the good players and the less experienced players. Regardless of how Nadeshot worded this in the interview, his point still stands. Bringing back mechanics that heighten the skill ceiling and widen the skill gap is definitely the right idea. But now back to what I said earlier. Keep in mind, I'm going to refer to the leaks a lot, but because I genuinely believe I'm correct about what Call of Duty has to do in order to save the franchise, I'm going to treat these leaks as pretty much true, because in my opinion, they have an overwhelming likelihood that they are. I'm going to check off the different points in Charlie Intel's tweet as I go over my past predictions. Let's go by this screenshot. I speculated there would be some kind of nostalgia bait to get people interested in the game. Boom. Right off the bat, we see that the game will feature some kind of MW2 2009 maps. Next, I mentioned that there will be the return of more advanced movement. Boom, slide canceling rumored to be returning. Faster paced gunplay? Boom, no more stage reloads and reload canceling is back in business. Unfortunately, nothing about the airborne aim down sight penalty is leaked to have been removed, which stinks, but maybe later in the future when we see gameplay we can judge if that's the case. Maybe there will be attachments or perks that eliminate this penalty. Finally, in this screenshot, I predict some better maps, which judging by the return of classic Modern Warfare 2 maps, this is definitely the case. But let's be real, anything is better than the absolute garbage mazes that the MW2 maps are. In the next screenshot, I'm talking about what Activision knows what we want in the next upcoming COD game. They know we want fast-paced maps, gameplay and movement, and weapon handling, which is all already checked off in the tweet, except for the ninja perk, which I think will speed up the gameplay even more because now with silent or quieter footsteps, there will be a lot more movement involved. Further, with, thank goodness, the red dots returning on the minimap, the gameplay will be a lot faster as well. The only thing we're missing through the leaks is information about the actual gunplay, like the airborne aim down sight penalty or just aim down sight speed in general. Although the removal of stage reloads, which we can assume is happening because reload canceling is coming back, this is a great sign that faster gunplay is coming back, and I definitely think it's coming back to complement the faster movement that is also returning to the game. So in short, I think there is no way that COD has any airborne aim down sight penalty at all, and the aim down sight speeds for the guns will be quick, like in Warzone 1 and Modern Warfare 2019. If we can get a COD that has the movement and gunplay of Modern Warfare 2019, which in my opinion was the best gunplay I've ever felt in any video game ever, and the fast-paced gameplay and maps of older legacy COD titles, I'm going to be absolutely overjoyed. Despite me not wanting to give any of the COD devs money at this point, Modern Warfare 3 could truly change how the franchise is being viewed as a whole right now. Heck, it might even give me a reason to go for the mastery camo if the game is genuinely enjoyable. As far as war mode and Outbreak Zombies are concerned, this doesn't really contribute to what I'm talking about, and these are just miscellaneous leaks to me. I'm also going to cover what I think perks being gear will be in an upcoming video. But that's all I really have to cover. I think I definitely was right about this game being the start of their redemption arc, and they definitely canceled the second year of Modern Warfare 2 to work in this game because barely anybody liked the speed and pace of Modern Warfare 2, or liked the game in general. My predictions definitely held up, and I can actually say now that the game actually might have some promise. I definitely don't want to give the game or company any hype, but if there is a COD with good maps, fast and fun gameplay, and no manipulative tactics, there is no reason why I won't play it. Either way, I'm going to bite the bullet and buy the game anyway to give you guys an honest and in-depth review in the future anyways. But mostly, this video was just to say that I was right. But anyways guys, thanks for watching, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Take it easy.